All right, let's try this again. Take two. I am TJ Mercer, the chief noisemaker of the Media Mavericks Academy. And that means I get to teach authors, experts, coaches, entrepreneurs, and a whole bunch of other people how to book themselves in the media without having a publicist and without being a celebrity. This is take two. I don't know what happened, but y'all are back. I see you. I'm sitting here enjoying a really nice Southern California day on my porch again. And it's interesting because I had given like a couple of things and no one had told me that y'all couldn't hear me. So I'm going to go back over them. I don't even remember what I said, but I know the first thing I said was, let me just give a few people a few more minutes to get back in to know that the other broadcast has ended and we're live over here. How about that? So, yeah, let's do that. So a lot of things have been happening in the news today. Anita, so I'm going to bring you on camera later. All right? Okay, good. So the first thing I want to talk about is a media tip that I had dished out earlier. And usually on Chooses with TJ, I come straight from my heart or I come straight from the Word of God. But it was something about today that I wanted to take a little bit of a detour. Hey, Cheryl, Tavy. I want to take a bit of a detour and really come, hey, Kim, and come straight from media just because of everything that's going on. And then I put out a media tip today that was strictly directed at introverts and people of the Shy Guy Nation. And gotcha. What time is, okay, so gotcha. I'm going to keep it rolling. Anita, I'm talking to you. So I can hear you. Okay, great. So I put out a tip that specifically talked about, listen, you know, most of the things that I kind of, when I'm very vocal, is coming from a TV perspective because I worked in television for over 20 years. So a lot of things that's what I know. I eat, sleep, drink it. I can do it in my sleep. And some people were like, yeah, T, but I ain't ready for television. Hi, Melissa. And what I tell them is, okay, that's fine. Start small. Hide behind your telephone. Do a radio interview. Do a podcast interview. And with radio and television interviews, especially, those are my favorite. Hi, Miss Rochelle. Those are my favorite because I can do them in my pajamas. I can do them bucket naked. I can do them without my hair being combed. I can do them with my notes. I don't have to take a shower. I ain't got to brush my teeth. You know, I've been known to just do them straight from my bed. Because that's what will get you used to actually talking, and that's what will get you used to actually hearing yourself and doing a segment and spitting out your expertise. And so that's the first thing I wanted to tell you. Yeah, sure, bucket naked. So then that's the first thing I want to tell you. The second thing is there has been so much going on in the media. This is the part that y'all didn't hear. There's been so much going on in the media in the last few days. First, Coachella, Beyonce broke the internet with her epic performance on Coachella. People now know what Coachella is because of Beyonce, and it's been around for 20 years. Then we've had the Starbucks controversy where the 2 black men were arrested, and then we have the what I want to talk about today is former FBI Director James Comey has written a book, came out, I think it's called The Highest Loyalty or something like that. Totally forgot the name. But, Davey, yes, thank you, honey. And so I'm watching Mr. Comey, and he is on he did 2020 the other night on Sunday, I believe. And I watched his interview, and this is a man who has carried great power. You know, y'all heard about my lipstick. Thank you. This is a man who's commanded great power, but from where I sit, like the FBI director, we ain't seeing him out doing all bunches of interviews before, this. He does press releases, and, he goes back to his corner. If memory serves, thanks, Cheryl, got it right. If memory serves me correctly, this is his first book. And so he's on a media tour, basically, and people are chomping at the bit to hear what he has to say. And so I listened to him on Good Morning, I keep wanting to say Good Morning America, on 2020, and his interview was insightful. very insightful. And the first thing I want to talk about is he can do what ordinary people can't do. And y'all hear, if you've ever heard me teach about media, the first rule of media, especially as a media maverick, if you're one of my clients, you cannot go on television, radio, podcasts, and even in print and think you're just going to promote. You ain't got it like that. It's people like, Director Comey, who actually can go on because people are hungry what he has to say. So you have to serve your audience. And with him, it's like he's not trying to funnel people into a program, or he's not trying to go to the next level with working with people. He's already serving us with what his expertise is, and it's, behind the scenes of what happened with President Trump. And so that's the first thing I want you to notice. The second thing is what struck me is, at first I thought this was just him. No, before I go there, let me tell something else that, Reneka, if you're there, I want you to newsjack this because you are a copywriter. If I have any copywriters writing there. In his book, I was listening to something today. In his book, I keep looking at the wrong screen. I'm looking at my desktop screen. I should be looking at my phone screen. In his book, he speaks with colloquialisms. And he uses words like lordy, and he uses words like this is going to suck. It's something totally not what you're expecting out of the FBI director, but this is him. And the other thing that I teach my mavericks, especially when you're doing media, is you do not lose your personality. You do not show up to do an interview of who you think they want you to be. You show up who you are that happens to just have expertise in this area. So anytime you see me doing an interview, even coming up on Facebook Live, anytime you see me doing an interview, I'm coming truly as who I am. That just happens to be a beast in the media streets. And so he wrote in his voice. And so when you're doing copywriting, or anytime you're putting yourself out there, what's up, classmate Derek Boone? When you, what's up, Bert? When you're out there putting yourself out there as an expert, it still needs to be your voice. People still need to hear you. And so I found that interesting. Okay, so then the third thing about Director Comey, I don't know why I keep wanting to go President Comey. The third thing about Comey was, I listened to his interview, this was his very first interview on this subject matter when he did 2020. That was Sunday. I don't know when it was taped, but that was Sunday. What's up, classmate from Howard Edgar? On today, according to this interview, it maybe it's wishful thinking, Cheryl. Today, it said it was recorded yesterday. So hear me. He did the 2020 interview on Sunday. He did an NPR interview on yesterday that then aired today. And let me tell you, I noticed, being the media coach, I noticed something drastically different. I noticed something like I was listening to his key points. I made some notes. I was listening to his key points, and I could tell he got comfortable. I could tell that he had been practicing. I already knew, because you're not on this level and you don't invest. You don't have a team of people that is coaching you behind the scenes on what comes out of your mouth. Hey, Dominique, that what comes out of your mouth. So I knew he had been coached for that 2020 interview, but that was his first time speaking those talking points, talking in those sound bites more than likely. However, when I listened to his NPR interview today, dude, I saw his personality, even though he wasn't, animated or whatever, but his voice was even more sturdy. Does that even make sense? His voice was even more sturdy. His voice was solid. There wasn't a tremor in it. And then the reason why I know he had been coached, the reason why I know he had been coached is because I could hear the same nuances said almost exactly the same as I heard in the NPR interview. For example, there's a question that both 2020 covered as well as NPR covered about how he kind of compares President Trump to to the mafia. And so, both of them asked to speak on that. And so his answer had the same line of this qualifying sentence. This is certainly not to say that President Trump is a mob boss. in both interviews. But in the second one in NPR, he said it with a lot more confidence. And then the other thing, he talked about this story of being in the Oval Office and him wearing a blue suit and him trying to melt himself back into the blue curtain wall and hoping that President Trump doesn't call him to shake his hand. And I won't ruin it for you. Go listen to it. But I listened to him tell that story twice. He told it on 2020. He told it on NPR. The NPR story, he unpacked it a little better. The NPR story, he actually, was very sure of himself. The NPR story, it still had the same elements. Interesting. I didn't realize he had an NPR interview. ABC decided to release the entire, and would it be great to compare and contrast? Yes, because I'm telling you, that's the first thing I noticed. But, that's my lane, and that's, what I do. So I noticed those things as I was listening to his interview. Let me look at some of my other notes. Then I'm curious to see, he's going to be on Colbert tonight. So I'm curious to see how he's going to handle the Colbert interview, because once again, it just comes down to he's now used to the media circuit. So the point of this broadcast, and I get asked this question all the time. In fact, Anita, if you're still around and can give me 5 minutes and jump on here, I want to see if I can bring you on. I've never done this before, so I don't necessarily know how to do that. Do you have to request that? Oh yeah, I think I can just add you if you're around. I think, I'm not sure. But, okay. Anita, do you know how I can add you? Can you request to raise your hand and then it comes up on my screen or something? Is that how it works? Somebody tell me how it works while I say this last point. I get this question all the time. Tej, how do I get better at doing, media? How do I get better and talk about Coach Tawana? Hi, Sunshine. How do I get better at letting people know I exist? And the answer ain't deep, y'all. The answer ain't deep. The way that you get to doing media and making some noise, the way you get good at it is to do more media. And that is what I saw with Comey. I could see he found his groove. He green person bottom right. You talking to me, Reneka? Green person bottom right? You talking to me? You talking to me? Green person bottom right? Let me see. Okay, when I go, I can't click on Anita's name. It doesn't have an ad by her name. I don't know how to do that. Anita, if you can send on your end. If not, I'm going to have to just tell Anita's story and she can just chime in. But you have to do it. You have to just keep doing media, and that is how you're going to get good at. If you're in the Noisemaker squad, okay, so it says go live with, I don't see a green person. Tavy just popped up on my screen, but I'm looking for Anita. Last week, I told the Noisemakers in my Noisemaker squad Facebook group, I told them, and you can join the Noisemaker Squad at noisemakergroup.com or just look up Noisemaker Squad on Facebook. And I told them last week about an interview, a radio interview that I was doing the week before. And, typically, I'll call into the number I'm supposed to call into. And, they'll answer and say, okay, Tej, we're in break. 30 seconds you'll be on or 60 seconds you'll be on. And I had... Oh, okay. So yes, Tavy, it works. So I had sent them all the information, and in bold red letters in the email, I said, here's my cell number if you need to call me, but call me on my landline for the interview, so we can make sure we have a steady connection. And interview was at 1:15. At 1:13, my cell phone rings, and I look at it. It says private name. Okay, Anita, if you can try that, maybe that's it. Try that. Let's see if that's it. my cell phone rings, and I'm looking at it going, okay, I got 2 minutes before we air. Nah. And then I was like, no, you actually need to pick up the phone. And I answer the phone, and my normal, if you call my cell phone, my normal greeting is, hey, it's TJ. And all I hear on the next thing I hear is, and we're live with TJ Mercer all the way from Los Angeles, California, and she's here today to give us some publicity secrets about making noise in media. Welcome to the show, TJ. And I'm like, wait, what? I'm live, like no ramp up, no. And I had to immediately switch gears. I'm on live. It's no time for me to go get ready to get ready. I had to know my talking points. Now, the point of me telling you that is the only reason why that didn't throw me, it caught me off guard because I was like, oh, okay. And I immediately went, game face, let's go. The reason why is because I've done so much media and I've gotten good at it that you can call me at 3 a.m. in the morning and tell me, Teach, I had a guest cancel. Can you be ready in 5 minutes? Yes, let me just jump up, shake the sleep off of me. I'm ready. What we talking about? I'm going to ask you what we talking about, what you want the viewers to know. And, okay, I'll see now, Anita, what you want the viewers to know. And let's go. How long we talking? And the only reason that happened, guys, is because I got good at media because I started doing media. And so I wanted to see if I could bring Anita on because Anita literally just asked me this question. Let me see. It's still not saying I can add you, Anita, for some reason. It's still not saying I can add you. I don't know why. You're saying, let me see. Let me scroll through this. No. Okay, that ain't it. Yeah, it's not letting me. Shoot. Okay, so I got to tell Anita's story, and then Anita has to go anyway. I don't know how to do it. She said, I just hit something green. Hope it worked. I don't know. And I don't know why I'm now sitting in the sun right now. I'm seeing. Okay, let me hop off and be right back. Okay. Okay, wait. Something happened. Okay, there goes Anita. It said it's adding you. So let's see. Because I want Anita here. There we go. Hi, Pumpkin.
Hi, TJ.
Okay. So good. I wanted Anita here because she just slid into my inbox last night and was like, Coach, how do you get comfortable, with this? And I said, where'd you go? Oh, okay. And I said to her, what did I say to you? What was my one-line response when I said that, when you asked me that, Anita?
You just keep doing it?
You just keep doing it. How do you get comfortable? You get comfortable just doing more media. Now, I really wanted to bring Anita in here because she's the prime example. Melissa, Melissa says you're mopping your forehead because all of a sudden the sun is right here beaming down on me. And so I wanted to bring Anita on because Anita is one of my mavericks. Not only is she one of my mavericks, but she's one of my mavericks that when she signed up to be a maverick, specifically told me, I ain't interested in doing media. I really am not. Ever. Oh, so I'll be quiet. Let you tell the story.
Oh, okay. So, and take it away. I told TJ I never want to do media. Love you, Miss Tawana. I never want to do media. I want to be around you, but media is not my game. And she was like, I'm a media coach. I said, yeah, I know you're a media coach, but I'm not doing media. I just want to hang out. So I hung out. I would show up.
Did I give you a discount? Wait, hold on. Did I give you a discount to hang out?
Oh, no. You don't get a discount. You don't get a discount. You paying the same amount of money, but you're going to sit there. So I would show up every time we had class. The room would be dark. I'd have on my hat. It would be pulled all the way down to here. And I would always turn the camera off. And she would say, Anita, where you at? And I'd be like, I'm here. I would type. I was in the chat box. Oh, I would stay in the chat box. I'm here. I would chime in, and she'd be like, okay, you got 5 minutes. You need to come on camera. And then I would peek in and be like, I'm here. And then I would turn everything back off. And she let me be, sort of, for a while. She would just keep, okay, you're going to come out. You're going to come out. And then one class, she said, Anita, you have until Sunday night to go live, to do a video for 60 seconds. And I cried. I cried. I mean, she sent a posse. She don't have TJ send you a posse on you. She sent a posse. They would slide into my inbox. They would call me. You go live yet? You go online? And I did a 60-second video 2 years ago. And the next thing I knew, I did another live, and I just started going and going and going and going. And now I'm like, TJ, guess what? I got a YouTube channel. TJ, guess what? I got 2 videos. TJ, guess what? I'm going live like 4 times a week.
Yes. Yes. And I wanted to, because for me to say, people look at me like, okay, well, of course, you were in television for 20 years. I wanted y'all to hear from Anita that she had to go find, even to see Anita here right now, like I posted and said, I expect you to come on camera. And I was like, I knew initially that would freak her out. Now it's like, okay, I'm gonna be ready. And so, but she's gotten this good, and she's grown because she just had to keep doing it and doing it and doing it. And what happens is, especially when you are getting inside, and if for y'all don't know, I'm actually trying to block the sun for me. So just in case you tuned in, like, why did TJ gonna put that towel down? Because it's blocking the sun, and I sunburn easily, and I'm allergic to sunblock. So, but one of the things I told Anita that you have to find your voice. Anita is one of those very woke people who has legal opinions. And I'm like, okay, you need to be out there being a commentator. Find your voice. Start small. And that's what she has done. So I cannot stress to you enough that the only way to get good at media is to do media. And when you know your brand like the inside of your hand, okay, somebody write that down. I just rhymed again. When you know your brand like the inside of your hand, I'm going to be a rapper when I grow up. Cardi B, watch out, baby. When you know your brand like that, and also the thing is, you can't have a lot of time in between interviews. It's like I do so many interviews that it's just embedded in me. So you can't just actually go, dark on this. You got to just keep doing it. And then you'll start actually learning how to do nuances or changing it, which is what I'm seeing in Comey now. He's gotten comfortable. He really has found his rhythm. And so I'm really curious to see if he taped it today and it's going to air tonight. Then I'm really curious to see what he does on Colbert. So let me look at my notes and make sure. Yeah, I hit that. I did that. Wait a minute. I told you about that. Okay, so next week I'm thinking, hi, Felicia. Next, Nicole. Hi, Pumpkin. Long time no see. Next week, I think, unless something pops off, for Media Maverick Mondays. This was a special case. I usually, like I said, I talk from my heart on Tuesdays with TJ, but on Media Maverick Mondays, I do direct TV tips. And so next Monday, I want to take a look at the CEO of Starbucks, his interview on GMA yesterday. I want to actually walk through that and point out some things that you guys can take away as far as doing an interview. All right, so unless, Anita, you can go. Bye, because I know you got to get ready to go live. I love you. Anything you want to say before you leave, though? But anything you want to tell them before you leave?
I trust TJ. I trust TJ more than I trusted myself. So when she told me, oh, no, you didn't. Just show your face on that towel. When she told me to go live, I love it. I love it. I love it. But when she told me to go live, I trusted her. So I went live. And I love going live now. So like, I'm always.
Wait, what? Whoa.
Shut up.
What? Okay, Mavericks who are here. Mavericks who are here. Did y'all hear what she just said?
Nobody heard that.
Did she just say, I love going live now? Okay, this is the person who broke in tears the first time I insisted, made her send a posse after her to hold her accountable to go live. Why? Because she just started doing it. All right? All right.
Just do it. Just do it.
You gotta just do it. All right, Pumpkin, because she gotta go now. I'm rushing her now because she gotta go do what? She gotta do a live. I love you.
Going live. Bye, I love you.
I love you, and I appreciate you, and I'm so very proud of you.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, guys. So, unless you have any questions, there's anything you want me to talk about on a Tuesdays with TJ, if you want to me to talk about on Media Maverick Mondays, post it in the comments, and I'm gonna count it down. Unless you have any questions, I'm gonna count it down, and we're gonna be out of here for another Tuesdays with TJ. All right, in 10, 9, 8, and then I can get out of this sun. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, wait. Go check out to start actually learning how to book yourself in media. Go to pimpyourpr.com. Pimpyourpr.com. Pimp your, but yourpr.com. Bye, guys.